Hello, church family. Scott and I wanted to take a moment and just share a few thoughts with you about this time of transition that our church family is in. And as a backdrop, many of you have probably seen that old sketch by Abbott and Costello, Who's on First? And it's just an hilarious little piece about how communication is sometimes difficult. And so some of you might be wondering kind of behind the scenes here during this time of transition if we're having some of that who's on first sort of stuff. And you'll be glad to know that that really isn't happening right now. And so we just want to share with you a little bit since we've had the vote and there was this great response to have Scott step into my lead position role. What's going on behind the scenes? So I want to share a little bit about things that I'm loving and maybe some challenges during this time, and then Scott will share some things as well. Here's the first thing I'm really loving. I'm loving when people come to me and ask something and I say, ask Scott. Because I've never been able to have that sort of sense that I can pass those things off to somebody now. So I'm loving that. And then I'm also loving seeing Scott take on the responsibility, kind of that mantle of leadership that comes with a lead pastor position. So I see that in how he's speaking into situations and even beyond our church family, taking some leadership among the greater church venture Northwest families. So it's been awesome to see him step up to that. I've loved how Masami, Scott, and I particularly have been working together during this time. Masami, as we all know, is a critical piece of all that happens here, and he's been speaking into both Scott and my life, giving some direction. I love how all of the elders function together during a time of transition. There's a really good reason that the Bible speaks about a plurality of elders because all of us have different giftings. So in this time of transition, which could put some pressure on all of us as leaders, it's been really neat to see how we function together well. So I'm excited about this time. We've never been here before. I've never done this, but so far, a few months into it, I'm loving the opportunity. How about you, Scott?
Yeah, sometimes it does feel like who's on first. We do figure this out, but it isn't quite as chaotic as that. It is a great time. It has been a lot of fun. It's also been, I guess, taxing in some ways too. Is trying to figure out, okay, what are the responsibilities? What are the things I need to do, and what do I need to ask you about? And that's sort of this interesting transition time of, well, I guess Brent would be, no, I guess I'm the one that would say that, and so there's a little bit of that. Like you said, we've never done it before, but yes, I would say one thing that makes this all possible, and as good as it's going, is the fact that we are friends. I think we're friends first, then we're coworkers second. And so the unity and the camaraderie that we have, not only between you, Masami, and I, but the rest of the elders have just made this, I think, a really healthy time. Whereas I think I've heard stories in other church families where it's not that they don't have the benefit of having the relationship that we do for the decades that we have, because it has literally been decades. So
Indeed, it has.
It's been really good. Thinking about preaching schedule, I've always been under, okay, here's the message, or here's the topic and the verses, and this is what it is. Pick your Sundays you want to preach, and now it's like, oh, I need to come up with the book that we're going through and the series that we're going through. And in fact, just yesterday, Masami came in. This is why I love, again, just an example of a plurality. Comes in and goes, hey, as I've been talking with folks and thinking it would be maybe really good to do a short sermon series on this, and talking maybe about forgiveness. And I was like, yeah, I see that. And so again, just kind of as we all speak into this, just because I'm the lead guy, I don't ever see this as the one who is like, well, this way or the highway. Right. It is a plurality as we move forward. And again, it just speaks to, the huge influence and the good that Masami brings with his discernment and wisdom that he brings to it. It's more than just you or I can do. The three of us together are better than one of us by ourselves. So, I've just been excited to learn, and it's been a little stressful at times. Like, oh, I got this, and this, and this. I used to be able to say, well, Brent does that. And now,
Yeah.
oh, I have to do that,
Yeah.
and it has to be done because people are depending on me.
Right. Yeah.
And people asking about the Advent series in September. I'm like, come on, it's like 3 months away. Let's get through Thanksgiving first. But no, I'm almost done with that.
Yeah. So another thing that I think makes it work well is, the three of us, Scott, you, Masami, and I, and then the other elders, we recognize there is actually an ultimate leader that we all need to be submissive to and responsive to. And so anytime we lose sight of that, of course, in the church, everything goes sideways. So it's been an exciting time. Yeah. A little bit challenging, simply because we've never done it before, but I think we're doing well. So just so we're all aware, moving ahead, so we voted in June to have Scott step into my role, and then that officially happens in a complete way in May of this next year. At that point, I'll be taking a different role within the church. Kim and I, again, just remind everybody, we still intend to be here in the church family because this is our church family. This is where God has shaped us and formed us, and we don't intend to go anywhere else.
I also secretly put that in a contract that you couldn't go anywhere else that I made you sign.
I haven't seen that yet.
You don't need to.
But then May 1, Scott becomes what we call the lead pastor, or among us as elders, what the term we use is first among equals. Again, we're all equal as our accountability before God and our responsibility to lead, but there's somebody that is the first that initiates, and he will be in that role then. Another thing I've been loving during this time is I'm not preaching quite as much. I've been able to teach in some different settings, helping with children's ministry. Kim and I can work together in that. I'll be teaching some in Awana this year. And then this last Sunday, I was able to preach at another CB Northwest church, and just loving those opportunities as well. And then to remind everybody as well, another role that I hope to give continued leadership with in at least the next short term couple years is Grace Crossing Christian Academy. A lot of things have been happening with that, and the main thing that we need to communicate is our start date needs to be postponed 1 year. We hope to start in 2027, just because this process of zone change and annexation is just a slower process than we thought. So while that was first disappointing to me, I'm kind of feeling that's a better pace for us as well. So there's a lot happening. God is in control of it all. Excuse me. And we want to communicate as best we can with you. So if you hear this or watch this video and there's some things you'd like to hear from us, or you want to meet with us privately, or Scott and I together, let us know. We're excited about what God is doing, and looking forward to the future. So thanks for watching.
Daniel will need to edit this.